In 1942, leading archaeologist Flinders Petrie died whilst living in Jerusalem. He donated his head to the Royal College of Surgeons, which his wife duly carried back in a hat box. The head was then lost due to the war and found many years later in a cupboard, or so the story went. Hello and welcome to the Everyday Storyteller. I am your host, Hilary Solzman. When I was a child, my grandparents rented their house from an old school friend, an artist called Anne Petrie. Flinders Petrie was her father, and my siblings and I grew up hearing lots about him. As I'm sure you can imagine, we were fascinated by the idea of a lost head being carried around in a hat box. The problem is, it's not 100% true. Losing the head, yep, that actually happened. But sadly, his wife carrying it in a hat box is purely a work of fiction. Thanks for bursting my bubble, Wikipedia. But you know what? It doesn't stop me telling this story over and over again. I love it. It's a great icebreaker when meeting new people at parties. And I swear it's what landed me a project for KPMG. But that's a tale for another day. So today, I'd like you to have a think about where you draw the line between fact and fiction. Adding dramatic details to your stories, maybe changing the setting slightly to create some more intrigue, it's all part of painting a more engaging picture. Maybe you want to create imaginary scenarios to help your customers see what working with you is like. This is all fine, providing it's really clear that it's fictional. It can be a very powerful way, in fact, to bring what you do to life, especially if your business is relatively new and you haven't told anything yet. But making something up and presenting it as real, that's a different matter. One of the key reasons I advocate storytelling in business is its ability to create bonds and build trust between you and your audience. Without that trust, selling becomes a lot harder, if not impossible. Break that trust partway through your relationship with your audience, for example, by telling a lie and being caught out, then you can kiss that customer goodbye. But probably not before they've gone and told 10 other potential customers what you've done. So if you spin a little yarn every now and again to make an already memorable story stick in your audience's head, just like my story, excuse the pun, that's one thing for sure. But making something up entirely, trust me, it's just not worth it. Thanks for listening.